Good morning. On behalf of myself, Father Matt, and our deacons, I welcome all of you, particularly any guests who might be with us today. It is fitting and it is right for us to come and to bring our petitions to Mary to bring them to her Son. Just about a month ago, I went and visited some dear friends of mine. I had gone to high school with him. His wife had just had a baby, and I went down to Arizona to visit for the baptism. The baby was 4 weeks old at that point, and I stayed with them for 5 days, and it was so insightful to see my buddy's wife, the mother of this child, and how her life was so consumed with nurturing and caring for this baby. From feeding to the elaborate burping that needed to be done because of gas that the baby had. And it was her whole life as we visited. There were 3 other kids that I was able to help out with, but it was just beautiful to see this mother and how her life revolved around caring for, nurturing, providing for her child. And if that's true of any mother, which it's certainly true of Mary. And think of Mary was that for Jesus, for the Son of God. She nurtured, cared for. And in the most perfect of ways, Mary, who was without sin. And if Mary did that for Jesus, well, we also call her Mother of the Church, one of her titles. And her role is was not only to nurture and to care for Christ, but also His church and intercede for us. And in the most perfect of ways. And in fact, all grace that you and I ever receive comes through Mary's intercession. She's the mediatrix of all grace. So any and all graces that you and I receive come because our Mother in heaven asks her Son for that grace for us, her children, and thus God provides for you and for me. When Mary appeared in India, in that small town, Velankani, in the 16th to the 17th centuries, her role was one of interceding, was bringing an intention to Jesus. Yes, she appeared, but that miraculous thing which happened did not come from herself, but it came from Jesus. And it was because Christ's mother presented this petition to her Son that God did those miracles, that God did those miraculous things in providing for His people and their needs, nurturing and caring for them. And so at the heart of this message is really what brings us together today, and why, particularly in India and in the East, this particular apparition is much more popular than maybe we might be aware of in the Americas. But there's this deep understanding that Mary intercedes for us, and particularly the sick. Each of us is sick and broken in our own ways. And each of us has loved ones who are very close to us, and those who maybe we don't know. We know there's plenty of those who are sick in the world who need God's grace. And so today, at this Mass, we bring those sick, those in need of Christ's healing. We bring them to Mary so that she can bring them to her Son. And so, may we grow in deeper appreciation for the role of Mary as mother, not only to Jesus but also to the church, and continually bring our prayers of petition before her so that she might bring them to her Son.